Hello, and welcome to Plants vs. Zombies, one of my favorite video games. You may be wondering why playing this game immediately after playing, other than Team Fortress 2, pretty much playing nothing but Toho and Linen on this channel. And I'll get into that in a minute. First, let's just go ahead and start it. Intro never gets old. Yep, so you got the good old first level Plants vs. Zombies where there's nothing but one lane and nothing to do but collect pea shooters, collect sun, and plant pea shooters. So the reason I'm playing this game is because, well, I guess in order to get to that I have to tell a little story here. So, you know, I've been watching Let's Play videos for most of my life at this point, and the very first Let's Play video that I ever watched that I can remember slightly was Chugga Conroy's Let's Play of Super Mario Sunshine. But I watched that when I was so young that it's basically one of those things that you remember happened, but you don't remember any of the details. So after that, there was like and I watched that like on my dad's computer. After that, there was like a large gap until eventually I had my own like thing to watch YouTube stuff on, and like that is. And once you get to that point, one of the first Let's Plays I remember watching was Nintendo Capri Sun's Let's Play of this game, and that series is like 12 years old at this point, which is just kind of weird to think about, but it is. So, yeah, I figured that now I'm able to make commentary Let's Play videos, at least for the time being. Figured I'd make one of this game because I mentioned in one of my previous videos that there's a possibility that when my next semester starts, I might not be able to do this anymore, so I figured while I had the chance, as well make a series of me playing this game, which shouldn't take too long. I mean, with the mini games and stuff, this game can go on for a bit, but I don't think it would take me more than like a week or something to record these videos, so I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know, it's just one of those things that kind of wanted to do, as you know, I have such good memories watching a Plants vs. Zombies Let's Play. I figured it'd be nice to make one of my own, and now that I have the chance to, why not? So, is the reason why I'm playing this game. Yeah, unlike good old Linen 4, which is what I've been playing for the past couple weeks, I don't really have to concentrate too much on the game, because it's Plants vs. Zombies. Not Plants vs. Zombies 2. If this is Plants vs. Zombies 2, I'd have to pay attention to the game, because that game is significantly harder than this game. But this game, nice and simple, especially in these early levels when all you really do is plant pea shooters. Yep. Plants vs. Zombies. I was very young when I first played this game. I remember the first time I played this game, it was the Xbox 360 game store. We had like trial versions. Yeah, that was the first time I played this game. That went up to like level 7 or 8, and then that was it. And I like those first 7 levels so much that I asked my dad to buy the full game, and he did. Yep. Xbox 360 version, Plants vs. Zombies. It's the first version of this game I played. Now that version actually has like a couple things that are unique to it. It has a versus mode. It also has a co-op mode. And I actually never 100% of that game because I never beat all the co-op modes. So I did most of them with my cousin. Well, we just never finished it. It was one that we never finished. And another difference about those versions of the game. See, there's a mode in this game called Survival Endless, where you basically just survive waves of zombies until you lose. And in this version of the game, and I think in most versions of the game, you only have to. There's an achievement you get where if you survive 20 waves, you get the achievement. But for some reason, in the Xbox 360 version, you have to survive 40 waves, which is significantly harder to do. And took me, pretty sure it took me years to get that achievement, just because it's not easy. And I actually haven't 100% completed this version of the game either, because even though there's that achievement, there's actually 2 achievements not on the Xbox 360 version that are on this version, which is getting to like a streak of like 20 or something on the puzzle mode. The puzzle modes, iZombie and Phasebreaker. I just could never be bothered to do that. So my achievements, I think, are like 18 out of 21 or something. I don't remember what the 3rd achievement I haven't gotten is. It's probably growing that stupid tree. Yeah. All I can really think to talk about for the time being, so I think this should be the last level before we get the last 2 lanes. I didn't customize the flag zombie, just didn't feel like doing it. Normal flag zombie's fine. And a walnut. Man, they really don't throw anything at you until like level 6, do they? They haven't even thrown in bucket takes yet. But I guess it is fitting that I'm doing a Let's Play of this game, because if you look at my most popular videos, even though most of my videos are Toho videos, only one of the videos that are like in the list of like top 5 most popular or something is actually a Toho video. The other ones are Plants vs. Zombies and Team Fortress 2 related. You know, I already do make some gameplay videos of Team Fortress 2, so I guess it's fitting that now I'm doing gameplay videos of this too. So I'll have a significant amount of videos for the 3 things that are in the most viewed videos that I have. I guess one thing to say about the relating to Team Fortress 2 and Plants vs. Zombies is me playing Team Fortress 2 has been like kind of recent, because like I installed it years ago at this point, but I never really played it until like, I don't know, I played a little bit of it like a year and a half ago, and then I stopped, and then I started playing it again a couple months ago, and it's very sparse. I bring that up because I actually used to play Team Fortress 2 like quite a bit. It was like a really long time ago. And it was so long ago that I remember it was, you know, the game Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. It's a pretty cool shooty shoot game. It's based off this series. And I remember that before that game came out, I played quite a bit of Team Fortress 2. But then when Garden Warfare came out, that was like the game I played for like years. Like from when that game came out to when the sequel came out, I played that game so much. That's been one of my most played games, just in general. The funny thing is, like, when the sequel came out, I, like, played it for a bit. But I actually didn't really play it that much. And then, like, years later, I started playing it again. And I played it for quite a bit, for a period of, like, a year and a half or so. And then I stopped again. I was like, I haven't played it in, like, over a year at this point. Not because anything's wrong with the game, it's just, you know, on other things, I guess. I never did play that, the third one, Battle for Neighbor Hill. I heard it wasn't quite as good as the first two games, so I never bothered buying it. You know, when I started replaying Garden Warfare 2 again, I was like already after that game came out, so yeah, I just never bought it. So you get the shovel. This is when you get to do walnut bowling. Introduced to one of two characters in the series. Greetings, neighbor. The name's Crazy Dave. Well, you can just call me Crazy Dave. Listen, I've got a surprise for you. But first, I'll need you to clean your lawn. Use your shovel and dig up those plants. Let the digging commence. Yep. Okay, goody. Now for the surprise. We're going bowling. Here, take this walnut. Might I put a walnut in your hand? He said it. Now go, bowl me a winner. Yep, walnut bowling. Most iconic minigames in this series. I don't know, it just kind of existed for me. It's not like my favorite level in the series. Yeah, the thing about the shovel, it's a lot easier to use on versions of the game that use a mouse or like a touch screen or stylus or something, because the Xbox 360 version of the game you have to like hover over it, click it, and then move your cursor to where the plant is. So I guess it's just a lot of things in general. Like having to move your cursor around to plant plants and stuff, it takes more time than just dragging and placing it. But, you know, game's not that hard, so it's not like having that slight inconvenience makes this game that much harder. Heck, I'm pretty sure, you know, when I first played this game, I didn't really have that much difficulty with it until, like, maybe some of the fog levels, and some of the last couple roof levels, and of course the final boss. It took me a couple of attempts to beat. I guess going back to talking about games in this series also had like a card game. I played that for a whole like hour in total, maybe. I don't know, it looked neat, but it didn't really capture me. I don't know, I play card games. Not really my thing. I remember there was a particular year like I was getting into Pokemon cards for some reason. Like when I asked for Christmas that year, it was just Pokemon cards, and I got a bunch of Pokemon cards. Then I proceeded to do nothing with them because, surprise, surprise, nobody at my school had Pokemon cards. They probably did, but just like no one I talked to did, so they just existed, and I got bored of them. Gave them to my brother at some point. Who knows where they are now? Then you have the potato mine, one of the most important plants in this game. It allows you to build sunflowers for a long time. Alright, so we're less than 15 minutes into the recording, and we're on to stage 6, so I think that'll be pretty good for me to... I could probably get to the first 10 levels of this game and call that the recording. case, it would only take about 5 episodes to finish the adventure mode. And God knows how many episodes to finish everything else. Who knows how many recordings I'll end up doing today. Did you remember that? Did you have experience from the previous series? If I record for too long, my voice starts to get affected. But you know, that was after like over 2.5 hours of recording. So just don't play for that long, which I probably shouldn't. Putting the sunflowers in the back is just feels like the natural thing to do, but I remember when I first saw a series that like had the strategy of putting the sunflowers like up here. And I thought that was just crazy, but then I realized it's actually a pretty good strategy because they act as pretty decent meat shields, and it allows the pea shooters back here to actually fire more, so before like they're able to shoot more before they get caught. It's actually like pretty good strategy, and I think when I played Plants vs. Zombies 2, it's actually like it's a preferred strategy and it makes the game easier. Yeah, Plants vs. Zombies 2. I remember playing that. I remember getting that game when it first came out back in like what, 2013 or something. 10 years at this point. Plants vs. Zombies 2 is a 10-year-old game. It was weird to think about. Get this guy. Come on. Surely he's not gonna make it through good. Thought 2 pea shooters would be able to take out that guy easier than that, but I guess not. Oh yeah, I was talking about Plants vs. Zombies 2. But yeah, that's a game. Like, I played that game quite a bit before I just stopped playing it altogether. I know I played it because it's weird to like remember how much I played that game because I played it while it was updating. And I also like changed phones multiple times and lost all my data multiple times. But I know I played it a lot before it was completed. But then I know for a fact I played all the way through it when it had its final world introduced, at least twice. But this was also a long time ago. I haven't beat it a long time since then. But I did download the game on my phone like a year or so ago, just because why not? I got to like the pirate world, and then I stopped playing, and I just never kept playing. You know, speaking of Plants vs. Zombies 2, that reminds me of the mobile version of this game. And man, that version of this game is pretty bad. Because everything is locked. Everything that you normally get for like just playing the game in this version, and basically every other version, is like, man, just look at this cool thing. Hey, like 50,000 in-game currency for it, which will take you like hours to grind, or you can pay EA $5. And I was like, you know, that sounds pretty cool and all, but I also have this game on my DS, which is also a portable system, so I think I'll play it on there instead. If you've seen the DS version of Plants vs. Zombies, you know it looks not great, but it's better than the phone version, because at least I can just play the game and unlock things naturally. Also, ads. Yeah, if you don't want to have an ad, like, ruin the experience every 5 minutes, you gotta pay them that monies. I swear that was new, because I swear I had the mobile version of this game, like, years and years ago, and I played it, and the ads weren't there, and then I played it, like, a couple years ago again, just to check it out, and the ads were there, and I was like, why is this here? It did not need to be there, but it was. yeah, that's all I can really think of for games in this franchise. Oh yeah, does anyone remember Plants vs. Zombies Adventures, that Facebook game? I played that game. Pretty sure I used, like, a family member's Facebook account to play that game. And I don't think I got very far. I think I got to the second world. But I thought it was fun, but I was also, like, a child. And I thought there were some pretty bad games that I thought were fun when I was a child. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt, whether or not it was actually a good game or not. They did cancel it. They did can it. Just because they canned it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad game. You know, and feel like they were making the profits they needed to keep it up or whatever. I'm trying to think of examples of games that were bad that I thought were good as a kid, and maybe I'll be able to think of some later, but it's not really anything I'm able to think of at the moment. It's like a bad game, like normally that boils down to like the controls are bad, or something like that. I am not playing Snow Peas. I just forgot they existed. It normally boils down like controls are bad, or like boring or something, and normally, like, even when you're a child, you can tell when a game is bad. Not like when a movie or a TV show is bad, because, like, you're not, like, experiencing the terrible controls or something when you're watching, like, a movie or something. So, like, I can think of, like, TV shows and movies that are bad that I liked as a kid. Games, it's not clicking with me right now. Man, I forgot how much these... Maybe this recording will end up being like over an hour, because this one level itself is taking quite a bit. Speaking of bad games, I remember there was a lot of like really crappy licensed DS games that I had access to just because like they were family members and I was able to play them. I'm trying to remember like some of those games. I remember there was a Zack and Cody Sweet Life is Zack and Cody game I played. I can't remember anything about it. I remember you like played as like 14 levels, one power up something. Probably wasn't very good, but something I played. And there was another one based off some show that I would never be able to remember the name of, but it was some like Disney Channel teenage girl appealing show. And it was like a game where it was like some sort of platformer or something. That game probably wasn't very good either. Boy, the Chomper, one of the most iconic plants in this series. Too bad it's not very good. I mean, it's at least usable in this game. It's useless in the second game. But I'm not using it unless I want to do a gimmick setup, which I'm just going to save the gimmick setups for later because there's not really a whole lot you can do right now. You don't have the plants to really make gimmick setups work yet. But yeah, Chomper, like, they can take care of one zombie and it takes them like, what, 30 seconds to do anything again? It's not very good. And then the second game, which is harder by the way, so you need better plants, they somehow made him worse. Like, he used to just chomp immediately, now he's gotta go through some stupid animation before, like, it takes like 30 seconds before he decides to beat this stupid zombie. It's just like, why would you do that? Why would you make him worse? Didn't help that he was introduced, I think he was introduced at Big Wave Beach, which is like the hardest level in the game. So of course you weren't going to use him. Brought back Spikeweed in that level too, and he worked just fine because, you know, he didn't have a stupid startup animation. I mean, he had an animation, but the animation played after the zombie was already basically confirmed to be dead. And not the Chomper, though, nope, they could eat him while he was in the animation of trying to eat something. I mean, they probably patched that by now, because, you know, Chomper's a premium plant, so it's not like I ever actually used him outside of the levels where you were required to use him. It's been a while since I've properly played the game. Remember how Snow-Pea? How they're like a plant you have to pay for some reason? Even though they're like not that good. I used to wonder, like, why would you have plants that aren't good be behind a paywall? But I realized, you know, the plants that were behind a paywall were, like, you know, like Snow-Pea, Torchwood, all PvO plants that were in the first game that people liked using. It's like, oh no. It's like, oh yeah, that's why they look behind a paywall. Nostalgia. Oh, it's a Buckethead! Oh my gosh. It's okay, because we got potato mines. I deal with the Buckethead pretty good. And that clang sound. The clang sound of metal in this game, you hear it so often. What was I about to talk about? Who knows? Might be something for Pornhub. Plants vs. Zombies 2. I think I actually bought like Snow-Pea when it was like when I played like the first version of the game. So like I bought it and then I don't even know if when I first played this game, I don't even think it was on my own phone. Can't exactly remember. This was 10 years ago. Oh boy, the repeater. It's like a pea shooter, but it's 2 of them. And they're angry. Look, he's so angry and he fires 2 peas at a time. Alright, this is the last real level of the game here. Well, just for a challenge, we won't have pea shooters. We're gonna have to stall out for the repeaters if we want to do anything. Talking about EA reminds me of games that EA owns. That reminds me, I used to have a tradition. I always play through the Mass Effect trilogy like once every year, and I kept that up for like 3 years. And then I stopped. And the Legendary Edition came out, and I played that like once. And then I thought I was gonna play it again this year, but then I didn't. Now the year's almost over. The Mass Effect is a pretty good trilogy of games, and by that I mean you just play through the first game because you kind of have to. Not a big fan of the combat of the first game. That's yep. That is definitely. It doesn't help because of the way the side quests work in that game. You can just go to, like, you can go places you're not supposed to be at certain levels. I certainly did that. But, you know, once you get to the second game, combat becomes a lot more refined. But you also have the issue of, I never pick anything that's not a power class, because power classes are the only ones that can use assault rifles. And I like using assault rifles. So basically, I always play the same class when playing that game. But you know, the game's still fun enough for it to be fun. Yeah, the third game. The third game is really fun. And I actually played, back when I played the original version of Mass Effect 3, I played the multiplayer mode, which isn't in the Definitive Legendary Edition. And that multiplayer mode is actually pretty darn fun, I'm not gonna lie. That's also because Mass Effect 3 is just a really fun game in general. Mass Effect 3, I don't know, like, Mass Effect 3's got a lot of problems, but, like, I'd still say it's probably one of my favorite video games, just because, you know, even though it does have problems with the story overall is pretty good, and, it's just a really fun game to play. I wish they carried over that multiplayer mode to Legendary Edition, but they didn't. Oh well. I do wonder what like a PvP mode would be like for that game. Speaking of PvP modes, like I said earlier, there's a lot of Garden Warfare 1 was a very fun game. And I'll say in most aspects the sequel is just better. It's got more. It's just the first game but more, but one aspect for the first game is like definitely better are the maps. Because Garden Warfare's one maps, they were just, I don't know, there's something to them. They were all like suburban, cozy areas. And the sequel, like, didn't really have that. It had that for a bit. It was more going for, like, variety. It was, like, all its time stuff going on. You know, it wasn't bad, but, like, I kind of wish they just imported the maps over, so you just have twice the maps. And, like, they did that for Walnut. They would do that for, like, Walnut Hills. Oh, like, that was it. They didn't do that for any other map. Some of these later levels do go on quite a bit. I mean, I got all these peas firing at them. Yet they're still... I probably shouldn't have done that, because now I can't afford a cherry bomb to make this go faster. Or can I? Or can I? Oh boy, here we go! It's done. Except for these top two rows. Hello, we are about to launch an all-out attack on your house. Sincerely, the zombies. You know, it's funny how these are, like, the 10 levels. Like, for the first, like, 3 worlds, 10 levels are actually, like, some of the easiest levels of the game. Just because they give you so much to throw at. So many plants to throw at the zombies. That does change for, like, the last 2 worlds. You got the fog world where it's all dark. That makes it a bit more difficult. And then you have, of course, the final boss battle, which is I mean, it's not hard, but it's not the easiest. It's not like super easy compared to the normal game. A lot of times when I play these levels, I just like spam plants in random places, but this time I'll try to like at least attempt to have some sort of no-use in here. And then the sequel is like complete opposite, because like you have these conveyor belt levels, and because you're forced to use what the game wants you to use, a lot of the time like some of those levels end up becoming really tight. Like I remember like those Gargantuar levels, those boss levels, where you have to deal with the Gargantuars. You got like nothing with you besides what they put on the conveyor belt. Some of those are like really tough, especially the one on Big Wave Beach in particular. I remember I watched Wookie Plays Plants vs. Zombies months ago at this point. I really had trouble with that level. Probably shouldn't be wasting those like this, but I am. Man, once you get a row of Snopies, there's like really no reason to use support. Just not gonna, I guess. See, then we get to this part where I'm trying to be symmetrical here, but the game's not letting me. So, it's just not letting me, there's too many plants. See, eventually, because I don't want to put this here, this is supposed to be repeaters, eventually you get to a point where you just spawn plants in front, because what else are you gonna do with them? They're just meat shields at this point. The game gives you so many plants. You're just doing so much damage that they can't even get to you. These walnuts are sort of no purpose. All I want to do is just rotate. I want to put the rotator here. Or chopper here. Everything else is just placing right away. And then you get some repeaters at this point, you know, get rid of the pea shooters and replace some repeaters. See, then the problem with putting them in front is then you don't have places to put the cherry bars, so then it's useless. You have plants coming in that just grow. I don't want to put anything there. That's a big issue with the survival in these levels, is that you need to have space to put your cherry bomb and stuff, so you need the Gargantuars, but also, in order to stall the Gargantuars, you put spike rocks down. So it's never really getting. You gotta find that balance. Balance. Having cherry bombs within the entire screen. Alright, that is that. So, for the first 10 levels, that seems like a pretty good place to stop. Next time we will do the next 10 levels again. See you then.